Hey guys, I'm Tim, and welcome back to Flipper Flix. I have a little riddle for my hosts here. See if they can figure it out. I have a little house in which I live all alone. It has no doors or windows, and if I want to go out, I must break through the wall. What am I?
I don't know. A mouse?
No.
A turtle.
Ooh, technically,
Tortoise.
Actually, technically, that could be correct, but it says a chicken and egg.
Oh,
But
okay,
technically,
I was like,
I
yeah.
think I could give that one to you.
Yeah, I was like any reptilian.
Yeah,
any
anything
bird or
that
reptile.
lives in a, yeah, very good, very good. We'll take it.
Yeah, I was going with the turtle, like literally living is its own
Yeah.
house,
Mhm,
and then it like pops itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But-
Look at
literally-
you.
yeah.
You beat the riddle.
You beat
by
the
coming
riddle.
up with another answer.
I know. Well, shit.
I was trying to come up with one like for a flipper, and then for Flicks, and I gave up.
Yeah, that sounds
I
too
was
hard.
like, I just can't do it. I can't.
That seems a little difficult.
Yeah.
You would have needed more than like 10 minutes of prep time.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he said his name, so I'm up.
hmm
So I'm Adam, and I'm on social media this week. And
What?
yeah, it's at Flipper Flix on Instagram and Twitter. And
What?
Tim is saying no to this a lot, but Sam's going to start a TikTok one of these days.
Nope.
This is not true.
I'm sorry, not happening.
People are going to think we're on TikTok because you guys are just going to keep
I
bringing
know.
it
Keep
up.
talking about it. Yeah, I heard him say
Yeah.
it. They said TikTok. I heard him say
Yeah.
it.
I'm going
they
to will it
kept saying
into existence one day by accident. No, but we release our episodes at 1 p.m. Eastern time zone. Like the New York City area. We're not near it, but that's what it always tells me to put it in as. Yeah, on Thursdays. I don't think I said that part. But yeah, you can find us where podcasts are available.
Voices are back.
Voices are back. It's season 3, opening numeric episode. I know. But we do have a website at www.flipperflix.com where you can recommend us movies or check out really old pictures of us. They're not really old, but they're like a few years old.
They're old now that, the world's been in a funk
On pause.
for 3 years or however many
Yeah.
years it's been.
Yeah.
Something or other.
Let's just say that those pictures were like a year before we started the podcast, and we're at 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have random information. Call us, beep us, page me if you need me on our email. I'm not even going to give you our email, but you can just randomly message us on our recommendation form or Instagram. And am I missing anything? Sam, I am.
No.
All right.
Hi, I'm Sam. This week I spun for the season 3 opener, triple digits.
Triple digits.
If you didn't listen to last episode, we were laughing about because we spent like 5 or 6 hours
5 hours and 40 minutes.
for the third day, and then I was like, of course. We had to pick a long movie. So, the nice thing is this coincided with HBO Max's release of The Batman. And that shit's gonna be long as hell. So we were like, all right,
Long as hell.
let me pick that one. And for anyone keeping track, it's 2 hours and 56 minutes.
Which is 176 minutes if you really needed to know the triple digit number.
Yeah, it's almost creeping into quadrupes.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Now, Tim,
It's not.
Sam wouldn't let me pick. I was trying to convince Sam to pick logistics. It's 857 hours.
Yeah, and
What?
who even has the time to watch that?
It's like 36 days of watching something. It was like 51,000 minutes. So it's not triple digits, so it didn't count.
Our season 3 would have been way late coming out if we picked that one.
Yeah, guys, we're still watching logistics here.
Just for anybody keeping
Day
score.
24.
Yeah. Well, I am kind of glad that the Batman came out because, again, I'm a glutton for punishment, and I think there was like a 7-hour movie, and I was like, well, it'll top the third day. So anyway,
What 7-hour movie?
I don't know. It's old. I'd have to go look it up again, but it was old and we couldn't find it anywhere. So I was
Okay.
like, all right, never mind. It wasn't the one that I had picked before this one. So anyway, it's long. If you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max, and so the spoiler alerts have been out, and I'll give you the synopsis.
Just an extra
Wow.
spoiler alert.
Perfect. Like it. When the Riddler, a sadistic serial killer, begins murdering key political figures in Gotham, Batman is forced to investigate the city's hidden corruption and questions his family's involvement.
I'm really upset I didn't say the Batman.
It does not say the Batman.
The Batman. So, where did that joke come? Did people just start calling him the Batman and it's just been like a running joke?
What do you mean?
Like, this movie is called The Batman, and, I mean, the Riddler calls him the Batman.
No, it's a thing.
Yeah, I thought it was a thing.
I don't know.
Because people don't often refer to him as Batman. He's quite literally the Batman. It's like how like when people talk about him, the Batman, and then like in first person, it's like Batman.
I feel like Justice League, like
it's almost like
call him Batman.
Yeah, if you're interacting with him, it's Batman. If you're like, I don't know,
talking
it's
about
different,
him,
but,
he is the Batman.
Yeah,
He's
but you can use
like,
it anyway.
Yeah.
I figured they just wanted the movie to stand out versus all the other Batman movies, so they were like, let's put the in front of it, because I don't think the other ones say
I think
Batman.
title-wise, yeah. I think that's, yeah.
You got Batman, and then you got Batman and Robin. You also have The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises. I said those out of order.
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing the Val Kilmer one in Batman 2.
Did you say Batman? Let's see. Yeah.
There's Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah, Batman Forever.
2. Oh, which one's Batman Forever?
I'm not sure.
That's got to be the Val Kilmer one, right?
I think that might be.
Then there's Batman the Animated Series. The best Batman. Fight me.
Yeah, I disagree.
It's what I grew up with, so like it's
you only like it because of the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
No, Kevin Conroy is actually my favorite. Then Michael Keaton. I'm not saying
Keaton
Christian
wasn't the Joker.
No, I mean of Batman.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought I was.
Mark Hamill is fantastic. He is
the
best. He is the best. Also, they have Man Bat in the animated series. I'm just saying.
So there. Take that.
Man Bat.
Can you deal with that?
So yeah, there's been a lot of Batmans.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's Batfleck. I always forget about Batfleck.
Yeah, well, it's, forgettable, so.
I feel like he never had a standalone film.
He really didn't get a chance.
So
he was only in the Justice League ones.
Yeah.
Or Batman versus Superman.
Man versus Superman.
Just the stupidest thing. That's literally just like the mercy of Superman, right? That literally is what the movie should be called, because it's Batman throwing a fit and a tantrum trying to fight Superman. It's Superman. That's plot armor. Like he's just pure plot armor, but yeah.
Not that you're biased at all, Tim.
Yeah. I mean, he's the original.
Yeah.
He isn't the original. Batman
he's
is.
Not.
But...
Yeah, but he's like there's a term for the type of superhero he is, right? Like basically
alien.
Whatever I can't remember the term for it, but it's whatever adversary he faces, he becomes stronger than. So it's like there's this term, a special term for like the type of superhero. It's
like Goku.
It's like Goku or One Punch Man. It's like there is no limit to their power, but their power only exceeds the threat that they're currently fighting when necessary. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I follow. Now, I will say, so this is a DC film, Detective Comics, and I think that this might be the first rendition where he's actually a fucking detective.
Accurate, yeah. We can get into that for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think
shit, we haven't even done expectations.
Got sidetracked by all the Batman.
Yeah, so I expected this to be a long movie.
Mm-hmm.
I expected to enjoy it though. I'm not normally I don't normally lean DC. I've always been a Marvel fanboy since like X-Men. I know that's like not MCU, but nonetheless, I was never like, oh, Justice League. Like I preferred the X-Men comics over like DC comics too, and that's apparently a crime.
How dare!
Right? But yeah, I expected to like it.
Nice.
How about you, Sam?
I expected a long movie. Accurate. And this was one of those ones that I totally can just say I rode the wave on in wanting to see it, because I was like, everybody's so hyped and seeing everybody's passion and hypeness for it makes me happy. Like, oh, you guys are all fanboying and happy about it.
Okay,
and, like,
real quick, can
wanting
we
to
pause?
see it. Nope, let me finish my sentence.
Okay, but Tim, before you go, I want to pause.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so I was like, I don't know why, but, like, I want to see this movie. Like, I remember when it came to the drive-in, I was like, oh, I want to see it. And I literally think it's because everybody was so hyped about it that I was like, it's got to be good, right? Right? I fell into that trap this time.
Yeah, Sam, so what did you ever want to see any of the Marvel films?
No.
Where
That's
people were
different.
fanboying? No, it's the same.
No, they get all snooty about that, except for Tim and you. But a lot of people get, like, really snooty about it.
It's kind of like Marvel kind of like made its place as the coffee
The
snob.
premiere.
Yeah,
beer
pretty
snob.
much.
Yeah, that's what it feels like when it comes to comic, because everybody knows all their shit about it and everything, and then DC's just kind of like in the background, like, hey guys, we're still here.
Yeah.
We're trying.
I think it's because, like, for Marvel, you can't possibly have an opinion unless you have, like, watched every single
Gotta watch them all, gotta know everyone, gotta know all their backstories, gotta know this, gotta know some of the comics, you know. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Too much commitment, man.
Yeah, I just like X-Men.
Yeah. So, Tim, what about you?
Yeah.
I'm cutting you
On
off,
pause,
sorry.
On pause, on pause.
I felt the opposite. I noticed a lot of hate towards this one. Like, especially when it was first announced, and everybody's
yeah, I
like,
would
it's so
agree with that.
soon, and whatever. And, like, as more information came out of who was going to play Batman, and everyone that I knew was like, no. Like, no.
Except for me.
What are they doing? Yeah.
What's happening?
And I'm like, he's an okay enough actor that I don't mind. Like, I'm not going to push away this film. I love the Batman movies. Like, I'm not going to not watch this because of the main act. Like, I felt worse about Ben Affleck as Batman than I did as, what's his face?
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson, there it is. Sparkly
What's his
boy.
face? Yeah, your favorite.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's an okay enough actor that, and he kind of fits, like, the look, whereas, it depends on what you're going for, because obviously in this one, I also like the idea that he's going to be a detective, and, like, it's going back to, like, his origination, which they haven't done in a film, right?
I
Like,
agree.
And they don't really hit on that in a lot of the films. They kind of do with him being, like, older, but a lot of it uses, like, more technology than anything.
Yeah.
And with hints of how this one was going to be, where he, like, builds all his shit, like his car, he's very sparse when it comes to, like, the technology. His suit's very patched together with just what he can get, and he's learning, basically. He's starting out and he's learning. And the other ones, he's very established in the world.
Yep.
And so I was, like, super excited to see this take on it. And it probably would have been difficult for me to see or like to not get past whoever they put as Batman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if it was, like, Affleck when he was younger, like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I really wasn't bothered by who was playing him. I was more eager to see the role and then, like, see how he turned out. And then they started piling on the people that were in it, like Colin Farrell and stuff. And I was like, well, he's dope, so he's going to steal the show probably. And stuff like that. So I was very excited for this film.
Okay, so I just want to touch on the people that were hating on it being too soon, because they can all fuck off. Because in the 90s, we had 3 Batmen.
That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
and it almost kind of became like a 007 thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
it was
It's
so
basically
obvious,
like the superhero 007.
Essentially, yeah.
I was actually thinking that during the film.
That's funny.
kind of weird.
I think it was not soon enough, especially because of the style they were going for, the generation, whatever you want to call it, they were going for, because they basically rebuilt the world. Not rebuilt, but used aspects that weren't in the previous movies.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, I never saw the Batfleck one, because in actuality, I felt like that was too soon to Nolan's, and they had done that one so well that I was like, why the fuck? Whereas now, like, those are old. It feels like.
Yeah, I think the last one came out in 08.
Yeah.
09.
It feels old compared to the Batfleck one, because we already had another one in between.
Yeah.
Like, I remember at the time I was much more invested and upset that Batfleck was going to be a thing. And then this time I was like, I mean, sure. And look at Spider-Man. I mean, we've had so many of those.
We had 3
Right.
Spider-Man. 4
3
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
if you count Miles Morales, like the
I
animated
do.
one.
I think so, just because that was kind of a special sort of.
And they're
Spider-Man.
making multiple ones.
Yeah,
so.
that one, that's hard not to pick as top. Like, to be
Oh,
honest,
so
but
good.
it's very good.
And then they were like, you know what? They did well with the multiple Spider-Man. Let's do it too.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it.
Yeah, that was
IRL.
amazing. Anyway,
So the Batman.
Yes.
Tim, you said like you were expecting Colin Farrell to do well. I love Colin Farrell.
I do too. I yeah.
did not like him when he first came out. There was some weird thing. I didn't like him and I didn't like Jude Law. Now I'm like,
And now you're like, hell yeah.
sign me up all day, every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, and he got the Penguin. And I was like, what type of shit is this? Because I mean,
Why
I love
not
Danny
DeVito?
I love Danny
yeah.
DeVito, but like Tim Burton's rendition, it was gonna be very different.
Yeah.
But apparently, like Danny DeVito and Colin Farrell spoke about the role and whatnot.
Oh.
But he's not the only one that talked to the predecessor.
Ooh.
Christian Bale and Michelle Pfeiffer reached out to Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz,
Nice.
and they said, "Make sure of one thing: you can use the bathroom in the suit."
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. I feel like, wasn't that in the first one where Christian Bale was like, I can't go to the bathroom or something like
Yeah.
that? And so after that, they had to do the suit over or something
Yeah.
weird. But
Now, Michelle Pfeiffer, do you guys know the backstory on her suit?
Mm-mm.
Hers was 100% latex. They had to vacuum
right.
seal it.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my.
So, yeah, she only could do it because like it was constricting her oxygen because it was too tight on her chest.
Dang, girl.
Yeah, she can only do a certain amount of scenes in her suit.
Whew.
So her
Wow.
telling the new Catwoman, be like, hey, make sure you can go potty.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I just like how there's becoming like a Batman family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so when this movie was coming out, Robert Pattinson was in the middle of Tenet, Christopher Nolan's movie Tenet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's like, hey Christopher, I've got a family emergency. He's like, you're gonna go audition for the Batman. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. So apparently Christopher Nolan knew before Robert Pattinson knew that he officially got the role.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me that he knew about the role, that he was leaving to go do it, because obviously he saw something in him to go do it, right? Like, obviously, why would you not? Like, you know what I mean? Especially at his age and everything. Like, why would you not try to be Batman? Like, what the fuck?
Dude.
Yeah,
and he actually like ran to the bathroom and took a selfie in the Batman suit just in case he didn't get the role.
Oh, that's cute.
Because he was super
great.
excited to be Batman.
Oh.
Which
now
makes it
I
even
love
better.
it more that he got it. Like,
I know.
like, I mean, you know, you think about it, and it's like Henry Cavill as Superman, Henry Cavill as Geralt. Like, those were dream roles for him. Nailed it. Fucking nailed it. And then Robert getting the, I mean, just people getting to do what they want to do like that, that's fucking amazing. So, yeah, that makes me even more pumped that he got to do it.
You want to hear something even weirder?
What?
Robert Pattinson and so Robert Pattinson, Jamie Dornan, Timothy not Timothy Chalamet. Fuck, who plays Newt in Harry Potter?
I don't know. New.
Eddie Redmayne, and then Andrew Garfield all were roommates at one point. So Batman and Spider-Man were roommates.
That's hilarious. I'm pretty sure Garfield's in the end of this one.
No, it's not.
Really? Because did you
it's
think it
Barry
was too?
Keoghan.
Okay.
Sam was like, it's Joaquin. Why would they make another Joker?
Yeah, that's.
She's
I don't
gotta
think
feed it.
I don't think it's Joker.
It is. They have the deleted scene released already.
Oh, really? I thought it was Two-Face.
Ah.
By looking
That
at
would've
it
been
through
better.
there.
I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then when you watch the scene, like the deleted scene, he's got a messed up face.
Yeah,
But it's on both sides.
Okay. The laugh doesn't match Two-Face. The laugh matches
No.
Joker.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. And the guy that they have for him will do a good job.
hmm
Like he already can be a creeper.
hmm I'd have
So
to
that's-
see what he looks like and whatnot, but go ahead, Sam.
That's my beef. Why we gotta cast another Joker? Like,
Yeah.
there's so many villains. I really enjoyed seeing the Penguin, and I know they've done the Penguin before, but I feel like
It's
he
been 30
hasn't.
years.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten as many iterations. Same with the Riddler, not as many iterations. And now we're going back to the Joker, which I know he's a crowd pleaser, but it's like, goddamn.
He's a staple, kind of. But yeah, I agree. It's just, I'm glad they had, Riddler was like the main focus, and you got Penguin. Obviously, Penguin is now more where he's established, but I think what helps is that this is based more in reality compared to the past ones where
True.
Penguin's scarred. He's he looks the way he does. He doesn't he's not comic-y. Riddler's not comic-y. It's all based in reality, sort of.
Tim, can I pull out a season 1 Tim term?
Yeah.
Charactery?
Oh,
charactery? Yeah, they're not as charactery. They're more of people.
Yeah, so it's really funny because Nolan's film were said to be the most realistic Batman films of this far, that we've had, and I think we're getting more and more to reality instead of fantasy.
I think it follows the theme of those. I think it very much matches the what do I want to say? I don't want to say. I guess the level of dark. I don't know how to phrase that better, but the DC staying dark, I think it matches that very well. And it matches the realism enough to where it's still just a little beyond realistic, right?
Yeah.
So I think
maybe what they can do something where like Joaquin's Joker inspired the current Joker.
Ooh.
To go crazy. But I was pumped when they were bringing up Arkham Asylum. I swear they never use it.
Yeah,
they never do. Yeah. And
it's such a staple in the comics, in the show, in the video games.
I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if there's some kind of if they greenlight some more and one of them is he's stuck in fucking Arkham. And the game where he has to get out.
Arkham, yeah, that's a good game.
I would not be surprised if part of a movie is him fucking fighting his way out of Arkham.
Nice.
I'd be into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they also have had a bajillion different Alfreds.
Yeah.
I thought Andy Serkis did a fine job.
He did. Too. Yeah. Nothing amazing, but he was good.
Michael Caine, I just think he has that old man vibe.
Yeah.
That just really nails Alfred.
Really hard to beat him. Yeah.
It's just not a fun person to follow up.
Right.
Yeah, he has that posh vibe too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Didn't really have, but I was okay with it.
Yeah. No, he did well.
Yeah. Another character that I don't know if she's a real thing in the comics, but the new mayor at the end, Bella Real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
I was glad they didn't just make the mayor evil again. I feel like that's a standard thing they do with these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did. They literally made him evil and then murdered him in the first scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say that happened, but
I thought I didn't want her pulling the strings because they did that in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, can we not do that again?
Mm-hmm. So did any character stand out to you guys as a steal shower or a show stealer? There we go. That's the word I was looking for. The verbiage.
Falcone,
yeah.
I love that guy though.
No, I do too. He's great. I wouldn't think to me he didn't steal the show.
Oh, I just thought he stole scenes.
Sure.
Not the whole show, but
yeah,
scenes.
That's fair.
Yeah, I feel like the reason I liked John Turturro was...
Wow, you knew his name.
Yeah, I love him. Was because usually when you see him, he's full of so much personality and he's very quirky. Mm-hmm. And all he was doing was deadpanning this movie, and I was like, holy shit, he's nailing it. Yeah.
Just straight up gangster. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. And then I think the other fun part was seeing glimpses of Colin Farrell, if that makes sense. You could see him poke out sometimes, and it would really wig your mind.
Yeah. Out. No, I loved him as Penguin. I thought he was so good. But
he was.
For me, the person that stole the show was the music.
Yeah.
The music.
Michael Giacchino or something.
I was hoping for another, because all the Christian Bale ones have great fucking music, and they hit the right
Hans
points.
Zimmer.
Yeah, and in this one, I think it took it to the next level, because his theme song, his fucking I don't know, it was so good. I'm gonna be honest. After I watched the movie, I probably just had this movie on repeat for the rest, the entire day today. I just kept having in the background, because of the music and listening to it and stuff. I couldn't hardly hear him talk half the time, But like the whole just it gets me. It's so good. And then of course the car chase scene. But
I'm just saying that the composer Michael Giacchino, I can't pronounce people's last name. It's season 3. You guys should know this by now. He's done movies such as Up, Ratatouille. Nah, but he did like Rogue One.
Okay.
He did Ralph Breaks the Internet. He did Star Wars. He did like Tomorrowland. He's done
got
so
a list
much
of accomplishments.
Oh, I mean, like he did
got
Small Soldiers.
Oh, Small Soldiers.
He's doing the new Thor: Love and Thunder. He did Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Nice.
So yeah, he's kind of becoming a household name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree though, Tim. Like,
oh, it was good.
The music was very good. That was one of the points I had. It reminded me, it wasn't quite as grabbing for me as like the Joker music, but that's very hard to overcome, I feel like. And I feel like this was almost
really
there.
well. That composer.
Yeah.
That to me was very tied into the feel of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in this one, it's more of like very specific moments.
Yeah.
To increase the, what's going on, or like very define what's happening, or who's kind of like the focal point of the specific scene is when the music, it matches who is doing what, like very well, or what you're supposed to be thinking about or focusing on in the movie. Whereas that one, it's very much like
to put you at unease.
Yeah, it's built for the entire feel of the movie. So yeah.
And I feel like we have to talk about Paul Dano always being creepy as fuck. And how he was, like, perfect because he's always just creepy as fuck.
I did like Paul Dano in this.
He makes me cringe, like, so much in anything, and this as well.
Yeah. My milkshakes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. He's just...
I have a milkshake. You have a...
Gotta bring that shit back out.
From There Will Be Blood.
Drainage.
Yeah. Wait, is he... You're talking about Riddler, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I was really confused for a second.
Or the
you
kid
started
from
making...
Okta.
You started sounding like... what's his
Bane.
face?
I can't... Yeah, I fucked up and did Bane instead.
Bane, and then you were doing lines of...
There Will Be Blood?
Yeah, There Will Be Blood, but I can't think of the guy's name right now.
Oh,
the main
Daniel
guy.
Day-Lewis?
Yeah. You were doing his lines. I was so
I know.
I was like, what's going on?
Let me just do a quick mashup here.
Yeah. Paul Dano just screams in There Will Be Blood.
His scream in that film is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
And like at the end, like you can tell they're going with the manic Joker too. And I'm excited about that because like I felt Heath Ledger's is like kind of like that gonna blow like
he's
I'm just pure chaos. Yeah.
He's just a pure sociopath. He's smart and he just doesn't care.
He's calculated.
Yeah, he's not quite like insane. He's just a literal sociopath.
Yeah, so I'm interested in to see how they go that route. Mm-hmm. But he's not a main character, so I'm not going to keep talking about it. I am going to talk about how I didn't know Falcone was an actual character in Batman.
Yeah, me neither.
And I thought I knew a good amount of them. I knew who Clayface was.
Yeah.
I don't know who Clayface is.
Killer Croc.
Yeah, Killer Croc.
Killer Croc! Bring him out!
Yeah.
Man-Bat.
That'll be interesting because they haven't chosen to do Killer Croc.
They did,
and any of these? Not in these ones.
No, just in Suicide Squad.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, Suicide Squad's the only one that reached out into, like... I think that might break this universe.
It doesn't fit.
It would not fit the Christian Bale ones, and I don't think it would fit this one.
I would agree.
But I don't know unless they try it, right? But I kind of don't want them to.
Sam was, like, sold that the Riddler was Bane at first.
Mm-hmm.
He was breathing. He had the weird breathing going on at first.
Yeah, he was, like, very exhaley. I didn't know what word I was looking for. Crocodiles are apex predators, so they belong in this universe. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah. What about Clayface?
Dude, I don't even fucking know who that is.
Just
I'm not educated to do this podcast.
Sandman from like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Now just imagine it's Clay.
But it's Clay.
It's more or less similar. Like Red Hood isn't in it. I want to see them like actually do a good Robin. Maybe they could go and
That's
have
something interesting. So
one of the Robins dies in one, because he has 3 different Robins. One of them dies.
Yeah.
Do that one.
Do that one.
So that would
Or
be an
Nightwing.
interesting, Nightwing, a dynamic. So something on that, the kid that keeps showing up in the movie.
Oh, I was definitely thinking he
he-
was going to become Batman. I mean, Robin.
Yeah. So I have a feeling he's influenced, and he will probably,
Be Robin
become
in like 2
a
years.
Robin type. Yeah. I don't know if they've greenlit more of these movies, but
I know that 2 was on potential.
yeah,
I
I'm
can't
sure it
remember
will
if I
be.
read. They were trying to say something with like Robert Pattinson and contract disputes, but I don't know if that's actually true. Sometimes they just make that stuff up just to increase ticket sales.
Buy some time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the scenes that I found hilarious was when they have the Penguin like all tied up, like handcuffed, and they were like yelling at him like like rat with wings, it's a penguin.
Yeah.
He's
and
like,
he's like,
or a bat.
right. It's like very clearly could be a bat because he's like, am I the only one that knows the difference between L and La?
Law, yeah.
The fact that they didn't know Spanish was amazing.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so pumped. And I do think that so like he's gonna basically own the club now. He's gonna take the opportunity.
Obviously, he's becoming the Penguin that is established as like the kingpin, right? Like that's what he's becoming.
Yeah, so he's gonna like take over that, and then the drops. Do we think that's like Scarecrow?
Mm-mm.
Scarecrow does all sorts of drugs. I could see him in a club
potential
setting
for it,
too.
but I don't think that's Scarecrow's main thing, right? Like, because the drops is very clearly just some sort of like weed substitute, right? Like it's in my opinion, it's like it's just
potheads.
Right. I think it's supposed to cover the same realm. It's not really like anything hardcore. It's just like marijuana essentially. But
yeah, and I felt like the Scarecrow could actually do well, like if you putting him in like the club setting, because like I mean they just have like smoke, like that fake smoke, and it could just be hallucinogenics.
Or strobe lights or some shit.
Yeah. So like I feel like they could do like he could be brought in with the Penguin and do that. Apparently everybody wants the Court of Owls. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what that is either.
But apparently it's like a huge syndicate in the Batman world.
Oh.
Huh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I know I am like, what is it where you're barely like you're knowledgeable, but you're not that like I'm somewhat knowledgeable about Batman.
Yeah, I know a little bit. I don't know a ton.
Yeah.
I am not. That's why I said I'm not qualified to do this podcast.
I mean, and then I didn't say the Penguin waddle at the end.
Yes, during that scene.
During that scene when they just left him.
Yeah.
Like waddling. Yeah.
Dude was ready to blow up anybody at any time with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
You were about to say something, Sam.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, I think switching gears to kind of match the music, some of the camera shots were really good in this one. Mm-hmm. Like, specifically when the Penguin is upside down and he emerges from the flame as, like, a shadow and the flame back there, and then it's, like, upside down. It was like, oh, man, that was just so sexy. And then, like, I don't know any other way to say it. It was just so good. And then there's one where he's coming up the elevator in the club, and it's just him, and there's, like, this kind of, like, Art Deco elevator. And it's just, like, it kind of, like, frames him. I was like, man, that's a good shot, too. Like, whoever did this, hire them for all movies.
Cinematography, check.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, pretty much. No, definitely very good. I think little ode they did. Well, you can go ahead and we'll get into this.
No. You first.
I was just gonna say a little ode the director did is apparently a director's into cars, and if you notice, the Batmobile is very handcrafted and very specific, and I loved the fucking Batmobile. This is my favorite Batmobile by a hands long shot.
It reminded me of the Batmobile from Batman and Robin because it had that single like jet engine-esque engine at the back.
And
I had that as a toy.
Yeah, and I
that
mean,
was cool.
every time I just had this movie playing, when I knew that scene was coming on, I stopped and watched it.
You're like, I gotta go look at it.
I had, as soon as I heard him turning it on, I was like, oh, gotta sit down and watch it. Because, I mean, the detail in it is so good, because they even show him shift it at one point. And I remember watching it, I'm like, is that thing manual? And sure enough, I looked up stuff on it, and the director is into cars and stuff, and so he wanted, like, Batman to have, like, Frankenstein this Batmobile and made it, you know, by his hands and stuff. And they even show that kind of in the movie, like he's got parts laying around and stuff, so he's kind of handy with it. And I mean, it's just got this massive engine and then a massive jet, and it sure enough is a fucking manual, which is just even better. So I love this Batmobile more than it sounded good, it looked good. Yeah.
And the whole reason they went with the manual transmission was so nobody would steal it.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. He knew, because he didn't have to talk to his car and be like, safety mode or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Sorry, no, that's Sam's dad's joke.
Yeah.
He's like, I like manual transmission. Nobody will steal it. I'm like,
right.
Okay, man. Okay. No, I was gonna ask you guys what you thought of the new, like, James Gordon or Jim Gordon.
I liked him.
Want to call him.
I definitely.
I thought he
liked
did
him.
a good job.
Yeah.
And then Catwoman was solid too.
She was good. Yep. She fit the role well, and she played it well. I don't think she stole the scene or anything, but
Now, I was surprised and thrown off that she was Falcone's daughter.
Yeah.
Then again, I didn't know who the fuck Falcone was, so...
True. Just kind of lost there.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like he's like a real main villain. He is.
yeah.
But,
I don't think she'll come back, but maybe she will. Maybe there'll be a situation where he needs help and she shows up randomly, but...
yeah. I did love the scene where, like, Gordon's like, everybody clear out of the room. I'll talk to him one-on-one. I'll handle it.
Yeah, and then he, like, sneaks in the key or whatever. And...
He, like, they start whispering, and then he just decks him. You could have pulled the punch.
I did.
I did. Oh, jeez. And, like, oh, hey, wait. It talks about how Bruce Wayne's going to be murdered, and he disappears real fast. Still don't know who you are.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne and blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. You don't see Bruce Wayne coming out at all. Batman's freaking the fuck out. Come on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's showing me on screen that he's Batman. No, I'm just kidding. Why isn't he watching the movie I am?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I did like him, though. I'm excited to see him become Commissioner Gordon, because
Right.
that precinct is getting gutted.
Well, not right away, but probably.
No,
yeah.
I know. But Tim, what'd you think? The 4-star dude, is he the chief of police?
That's what they called him, yeah, Chief.
All right, did you recognize him?
I, of course, recognized him. I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
that weird raspy voice.
Yeah.
I can't do
I
his
love
voice.
that voice. I don't know. He's got a great, unique voice. I feel like he wouldn't be able to yell very loudly, but
Yeah, definitely not.
but he could. He's got a great, just grumbly voice. What's his name? Hands or whatever.
I don't remember.
Izzy Hands. That's his name. Izzy Hands.
Izzy Hand.
And Our
And
Flag,
Our Flag
Means
Means
Death.
Death.
God, that's such a great show.
But yeah, no, I saw him and I told Sam, like, dude, it's him. And she's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then she heard the voice and she's like,
Yep.
it is him. What's his name? I didn't write him down, so I got to go look up his name. You know, Con O'Neill.
Con O'Neill.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's in that show too, and it's really good. Watch that show.
Yep.
Also on HBO Max.
There you
Also,
go.
yep.
One of the things I feel like was a little bit different in this one that I liked was that we didn't see the typical, like, split between, like, Bruce Wayne's, like, personal life and Batman, if you know what I mean. Like, he really only came out once for that funeral, and, like, maybe there was a couple of other spots, but
He was
I enjoyed
never.
that because
Go ahead, sorry.
yeah. I was just going to say, he was never, like, I liked that it wasn't like, oh, hey, I'm out on the town, like, flaunting my money, which, like, granted, he's usually older and stuff like that, right? But, I don't know, I liked that.
So yeah, there was no disconnect between Batman and Bruce Wayne, is like how I saw it too. And I think that goes to just like the whole aspect of this movie. He's only 2 years in, right?
Yeah.
So he's still learning a lot, and as you see, which is something I absolutely loved about this movie, they went the right way with it. It was everything I hoped for with this. Like, he's Detective Batman. He's learning. He's testing new shit on the fly, as we see when he jumps and fucking uses his glider and then fucking, puts the
he looks
parachute.
scared shitless.
He gets scared. He fucking jumps off the building. He's frightened, and, but he's just like using his stuff, and he's just learning on the fly. He's learning, and he's making mistakes like constantly, which is great. He's becoming Batman,
he's not
but
perfect.
He can't figure out how to disconnect and become Bruce Wayne just yet. He doesn't realize that he's
rich as shit.
Staying. He's not. Yeah, that disconnect. I'm just saying it again. It's just not there yet for him. So I think a lot of this movie is done very well with making him like younger Batman, learning. A lot of just anger and hyper focus on certain things, and he even talks about it when he narrates about himself and stuff. He's like, not sure if I'm making a difference, and then by the end of the movie, he's like, yes, I think I'm making a difference. And it's like,
yeah,
it's all just pointing in the right direction. But
so the director decided to base him off of Kurt Cobain.
Oh.
Because Kurt Cobain was a recluse. And he wanted, because you get Playboy Bruce Wayne normally.
Yes.
yeah,
Like, I'm flaunting my money. Let me throw money at you.
right.
So he's like, I want to take it. I'm going to go the opposite direction. We're going to make him like nobody's going to ever know what he looks like.
Yeah.
He pulled off that emo-over. He even dyed his hair darker.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the e-mover's back, boys.
Right.
Just in time for me to chop my hair.
Yeah.
So what was up with Martinez or whatever that goes, "Hey, Bruce Wayne," and like smiles at him? Whatever. That just felt out of place to me.
Yeah.
There was some point because that cop was obviously one of the ones that was just like there to have lines and stuff, and one of the
I don't even think I noticed that.
Well, he comes out to the funeral, and the guy goes,
okay.
"Hey, Bruce Wayne," and he like smiles awkwardly and like waves at him like he knows him really well. I'm like,
I feel like he just got excited to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but his character was great, but and I think the actor was great, but I just thought that was a little weird. I was like, why is he like acknowledging Bruce Wayne? Obviously doesn't have friends, so
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of just hides up in his bat cave.
Mm-hmm.
Which is sweet. He actually has bats in his bat cave.
Yep, he does.
True.
Makes it true to be a bat cave.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any more notes.
I have a couple. So I liked the way that the house was as well, like the tower situation. It was very gothic, and I think it played well in this movie.
Gothic in Gotham.
Yes. Well, because I feel like it's usually like, a mansion that looks like the X-Men house
Sure.
most of the time. You know what I mean? So I don't
just
know.
went to Newport, Rhode Island.
Yeah. I felt like it was very different, and I enjoyed that. And then it's constantly raining in Gotham.
Oh shit! I missed that.
Like
note,
there's
yeah.
how do they ever
Does
get
it
sun
stop?
there?
Yeah.
Are we sure this isn't placed in Seattle?
Yeah.
No, I think it's in Jersey. And
Jersey.
yeah,
never
Metropolis
sees
is
the
in
sun.
Delaware.
There you go.
It's weird. I always thought they were both just different versions of New York City. Like I thought
Yeah,
they were like,
pretty much.
that's how like it's portrayed, but like no, they actually have like like states that they're in.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Indeed.
Indubitably. How about you, Tim? Any more notes?
Or thoughts?
No more notes, but I'm trying to go over the movie in my head. And
Rattlata.com is a real website.
oh, interesting.
That's where the deleted scene is, right?
Yeah, you can catch it there. Yeah, so the deleted scene is before, so you would have seen the Joker way before.
Yeah, I'm glad they deleted it. And Tim, once you watch the deleted scene, if you haven't seen it yet, let us know your thoughts, because I kind of feel like they would have placed it earlier in the movie and it kind of would have ruined some stuff. So I'm glad they cut it and left it as like a side scene.
I prefer it to be like a, hey, by the way, Joker's coming, rather than, oh, by the way, Joker's in this world, but he's locked up.
Yeah.
Early on in the movie. Because you'd just be sitting there waiting for the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
But yeah, Tim, you remember anything?
No. I just went to that website though, and it's just a silly like Gotham City Police Department. This domain has been seized.
Oh,
So
maybe it's
there's nothing like
changed.
playing on it.
Okay. I'll send you the YouTube video.
Okay.
And yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of anything else, but I don't think so. I can't think of anything else at the moment.
All right. Well, I'll get to the cast, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm trimming down my cast part.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say the name of the character and the actor, and Sam's like, "Well, give them one movie."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just give one movie to these people because reasons. The Batman. Ooh, can I do the rest of it in the Batman voice?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. The Batman was played by Robert Pattinson. He was in The Devil All the Time.
Nice.
Catwoman is played by Zoe Kravitz. Mad Max, Fury Road. Gordon, Jeffrey Wright, French Dispatch. The Penguin is played by Colin Farrell. He's in Bruges. The Riddler is played by Paul Dano. He's in There Will Be Blood.
Wait, what? I had no idea.
Falcone is played by, oh God, I can't. Oof. John Turturro. He's in The Big Lebowski as Jesus. Alfred is played by Andy Serkis. It's
Nice.
yeah.
I liked that accent change. Is it an accent?
The District Attorney Coulson is played by Peter Sarsgaard. He's in The Green Lantern and married to the lady that plays Rachel in Batman Begins. Bella Real is played by Jamie Lawson. She's in Fellware and More. And the Joker is played by Barry Keoghan. He's in The Green Knight.
Oh.
The director is Matt Reeves. He's directed Dawn and War for the Planet of the Apes.
Nice. I saw you slip up there for a second.
I'm gonna grab a drink of water.
You recovered, though.
God. I'm glad I didn't do the whole episode.
Yeah, I told you it was going to hurt your throat.
I think it was also because I was like barraging. I couldn't. I was like, it uses a lot more breath, so I don't know how the Batman actors do it. Like, I would say Robert Pattinson didn't overdo the
He
voice.
didn't.
I agree.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think he pushed it too hard because I think Christian Bale's was fucking great. So I think he was trying to be more of a normal, like, again, learning to do that voice, but
Yeah, I think
true.
Keaton did the voice a little bit.
a little bit.
I can't remember Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer didn't do like a raspy one, if I remember correctly. He just kind of went deeper with it, more like monotone almost.
Okay.
But
And then George Clooney was like, fuck it, I'm going to just use my normal voice.
yeah, George Clooney just did whatever.
He was still a new actor. Like,
Yeah, he
wasn't
was.
that big at that time, so
Yeah.
it was kind of a big deal. So is Batman the U.S. version of 007? Is that what we decided?
I think
Yeah.
so.
We took it-
007
we-
obviously has more movies, but
yeah, but I mean, we can't really say that, seeing as we had Welsh as fuck Christian Bale, and then Robert Pattinson. There's always this in in there, and I just want to say Pattinson, but it's
Right.
Pattinson. But he's also English,
yep,
so yeah, it's not just all Americans.
right.
Anyways, yeah. I almost just went and spun it.
I know.
I'm out of
You're
it.
like,
I'm out of
damn.
it. The critics gave this movie an 85%.
Damn.
Audience gave it an 87%. IMDb with an 8.2 out of 10.
Damn.
That's high.
Pretty
Yeah.
stable scores.
In Google with a 91%. I was hoping it was like 60. Just to fuck with us, but
Oh,
no.
funny.
So, Tim, you flipping it on?
I am no doubt flipping it on. Like, people need to watch it, especially if you like comic books or superhero movies in general. I think DC is stealing the spotlight with the movies they've been coming out with. Marvel's kind of like finding their footing again. I think the new Thor movie will be good, but I think Marvel is trying to find their footing with, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and Thor and Guardians, like all great movies, but they don't have that sort of factor that DC has going now for it, with like Aquaman being the right guy and this new Batman. I mean, even Christian Bale Batman, like Henry Cavill. This just adds to it, and I think their universe that they're starting with for this one, they went in a really good direction with it, and I think however you feel about the previous Batman movies or DC Like this is a top-notch superhero, like kids sort of dream, like just perfect movie in my opinion. It was great, hands down. Like I have almost zero complaints about this movie. So yeah.
And just like that, Tim just greenlit Wonder Woman 3.
No, fuck that. No, those movies are trash.
Sorry, I had to, Tim.
I noticed I did not say Wonder Woman.
Included that in his thesis.
No, I would flip it on too, though. I really liked it. I thought I was gonna like it though, so
Yeah.
And I was concerned with them going with the gangsters as the villains, but then I was like, why does it really matter who the villain is? If they can do it right, they're gonna do it right.
Right.
It's kind of how I am now. I don't really care. Now, how about you, Sam? Are you flipping it on? Is it too long for you?
It's not too long for me. I enjoyed it. I would flip it on. I like superhero movies that do things differently. Mm-hmm. And I think Marvel is playing the quantity game. Here's our formula. It has worked for us. Let's pump out another of the same thing. It makes us
$1 billion each.
Yep. And I enjoy that this one was different. And that's high praise because I really love the Nolan Batman. So I was like really afraid that this was just going to like suck comparatively, but right. I didn't get that. I liked it a lot. And it's kind of art housey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I enjoy as well.
All right. Last question. Favorite Batman? No time to think. Go.
Who are you asking? Directing?
Sam first.
I still like Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Okay, Tim?
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Not Kevin Conroy or Adam West?
No, is yours Adam West?
If I had to rate him right now,
it's Will Arnett.
True.
I do like Will Arnett's Batman in Lego Batman.
I've never watched Lego Batman.
It's pretty funny.
It's good.
I don't know.
It makes fun of itself.
This one, I mean, I love Christian Bale. I love those movies. Their villains were great. It's really hard because this is like almost on par, if not on par for me. Batman himself, Robert Pattinson, give it 2 more movies and come back and we'll see. But like Christian Bale is like top tier Batman, and then I would say maybe this is just me liking Michael Keaton.
I do love Michael Keaton.
I love Michael Keaton, and I think I love him more as a villain, like as Vulture, but he is also a phenomenal Batman. So that's tough.
Let's play a new game. Who's the worst Batman? And why George Clooney?
He just wasn't Batman.
I feel bad because I like George Clooney.
I like George Clooney too, but I feel like he just kind of just did whatever. He was just there.
He was just trying to get on the scene.
And that movie is just way too much of like a lot of things.
They were trying to sell toys with that movie.
Yeah.
And I can say that because I bought all the toys.
Yeah, same.
So there you go.
Okay, my parents bought me all the toys.
Right, yeah.
So I grew up on the Batman animated series. I still think it's a good show.
There you go.
I mean, I'm sure it holds
Kevin
up.
Conroy and Mark Hamill together. So good.
Nice.
And Robin is useful, actually.
So there's that.
Yeah. Anyways, Adam West though, he's the original.
Yep.
I thought that you liked Adam West for some reason.
I do.
Oh, okay. I was like,
his Batman is
pow.
Have you ever watched it?
Boom. Yeah.
I haven't.
You gotta watch it at some point.
Takes a fucking giant bomb, literally comic bomb, just big black ball with a wick, throws it in the water,
and then they make an explosion.
Shit like that. Yeah, it's great.
And they had the underoos.
Yeah,
which is the underwear that go over
the... yes! Yep. Classic look.
Yeah. I will say I did enjoy that Batman was just harpooning the shit out of people's legs.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Oh, dude, straight up. Yeah. It's constantly.
Well, what do you do if you get harpooned? Like...
You have a bad time.
You have a bad time, because most likely it's not easy.
Yeah.
You're fucked. You wish he shot a gun and not a harpoon.
I think that's another thing, is Batman doesn't kill directly, but there are definitely people that die because of him. Like, he's definitely killed people because of just circumstances. Like, there's no, he's got to do something, but he doesn't directly kill people. but people definitely died in this one. Like,
Yeah.
So people, I know One Piece isn't the best thing to compare it to, but I mean, like, it's superhero-esque because he's a shonen hero. Everybody's like, Luffy doesn't kill people. Luffy yeets people off into the fucking ocean constantly, and they just drown.
yeah.
Because
They're
it's the
just
middle
not
of
villains.
the ocean.
Because it's the middle of the fucking ocean.
Right.
But yeah, Batman doesn't kill. That's his thing. He yelled at people, no guns.
Right.
Oh, true.
I love how that
Constantly.
Gordon though was like, "That's your thing, man."
Yeah.
Hold up. That's like your philosophy, and like,
Yeah.
I believe in guns, so guns. You harpoon people in the legs. They're going to be more hurt from that, bro. Can we just get Batman getting yelled at by Gordon? about
That'd
his
be
harpoons?
great. Like scolding him as a child, like he's like, talking to him like behind the scenes, like, dude, what the fuck, like, come on, like guiding him. That would be great.
Also, I'm getting really pumped because Alfred sounded like he knew how to fight, and I just want to see Andy Serkis beat the shit out of somebody.
Alfred for sure knows how to fight. Like Alfred,
In one of the comics, he
how
beats the
he-
shit out of Superman.
yeah, he knows how. Yeah, he does. He becomes like some weird. Yeah, it's
Weird.
but
It's weird.
because Superman beats up Batman, right? That's why he does
and he
it.
gets
Yeah,
really
he gets pissed off, so he beats the shit out of Superman. I don't understand it, but it's weird.
I don't either. But anyways, I'm gonna spin for next week.
All right.
Tim's up to bat.
Whoa!
So
What if I think
See what he
Batman?
gets.
I had a
Well,
movie.
Tim got also a new category. Whoops, missed the boat. So it's a movie that Tim basically somehow missed the boat on.
Did you miss the boat on the
popular
George Clooney
movie.
version?
Yeah, like a
No.
popular movie from our past. Like, oh shit, how have I not watched that?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened?
Honestly, I think there was a movie I was thinking about earlier that would fit this.
Was
and I
it
can't remember
was it
right
the
now.
2022 The Batman?
I think it was. Yeah. Weird how that works.
Season 3 is just The Batman over and
The
over.
Batman.
So this is our 14th time watching The Batman.
Yeah.
It's still good. Still
Still
good.
holds. Still holds.
Sam's like, it's too long. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I
Bullshit.
take back
At that
everything I
point,
said.
after 14, she'd be flipping it off.
But anyways, goodbye.